The New Republic is exhausted. Thrawn's attack at Sluis Van forced them to expose their defenses. Jorah Sabaoth's presence on Wayland left Luke shaken. Leia survived 3 assassination attempts by Noghri commandos, and political fractures inside the Senate grow wider each day. The Republic still thinks it has time. It doesn't. Because far from Coruscant, in the forgotten corners of the galaxy, a rumor rises. A whisper of something impossible, something powerful, something lost for half a century. The Katana Fleet, 200 old Republic dreadnaughts, fully automated, linked by a slave rig system, vanished into hyperspace, never seen again. Until now, whoever finds this fleet will win the coming war. Grand Admiral Thrawn moves first. The New Republic scrambles to catch up, and in the shadows, a smuggler holds secrets that neither side can afford him to keep. This is Dark Force Rising, where legends return, where alliances shift, and where Thrawn tightens the noose around a galaxy that already fears his name. If you want more stories from the forgotten corners of the galaxy, subscribing helps this series continue. Let's get started. The story begins with information. The one thing Talon Karrde understands better than anyone. One of Karrde's scouts intercepts a conversation, an Imperial officer boasting that the Empire has found traces of the Katana Fleet. To anyone else, it's just a rumor. To Karrde, it's a warning. Years earlier, long before the rise of the Empire, one of Karrde's crews accidentally discovered the Katana Fleet. They mapped the coordinates, they marked the region, and they left, not realizing how important it was. Karrde never mentioned it. He never reported it. He never traded it. Now, if Thrawn is chasing the same ghost, it means he's already piecing together clues Karrde hoped would stay buried. Karrde decides to move quietly, but Thrawn is already watching. The hunt for the Dark Force has begun. Luke Skywalker travels alone. He's searching for answers. Answers from a man who claims to be a Jedi Master. Jorah Sabaoth, the clone of a long-dead Jedi, calls to Luke through the Force. Luke arrives on Jomark, and the signs of instability appear immediately. Sabaoth lashes out at villagers who disrespect him. He demands Luke bow to his authority. He claims ownership over Leia's unborn twins. His temper flickers dangerously anytime Luke questions him. But beneath the madness, there are glimpses of real knowledge, techniques from the old Jedi Order that Luke has never seen. Luke stays, walking a razor-thin line between learning from Sabaoth and resisting the dark foundation beneath his teachings. This tension shapes Luke's entire arc in Book 2. Karrde returns for Leia. He vowed in Book 1 to return after the mission cycle ended, and he honors that promise. Leia boards his ship and travels with him deep into Imperial-controlled space, to the secret homeworld of the Noghri, Honoghr. What she finds shakes her. The entire planet is dying. The soil is poisoned. The plants refuse to grow. The ecosystem collapsed decades earlier, after a brutal battle during the Clone Wars. The Empire arrived afterward, claiming they would heal the world. That was a lie. Leia learns multiple key points. The Empire kept the restoration equipment deliberately sabotaged. The ground teams ensured the soil never truly recovered. The Noghri were kept in a state of permanent dependence. Vader used this desperation to turn them into Imperial assassins. Leia meets the clan matriarch. She is tested, measured, examined, physically and spiritually. Then comes the revelation: Leia is the daughter of Vader. Among the Noghri, Vader's bloodline carries enormous weight. The matriarch kneels. The Noghri accept her as Malakra, the Lady Vader. Leia now holds the one thing that can free the Noghri from Imperial control. But for now, she must wait and learn and survive the court intrigues of Honoghr without alerting Thrawn. The Noghri storyline reaches its turning point here. Back on Coruscant, disaster strikes. The New Republic discovers suspicious funds, redirected into Admiral Akbar's accounts. It looks like embezzlement. It looks like corruption. And Borsk failure seizes the opportunity immediately. He calls for Akbar's removal. He stirs the Senate. He weaponizes public opinion. Akbar is arrested. Mon Mothma is blindsided. The Senate fractures into rival factions. This is exactly what Thrawn wants. The Republic divided and leaderless. The sabotage was done by Imperial agents, using Delta Source, their secret listening post, hidden inside the palace gardens. But the Republic doesn't know that yet. The political unraveling will echo throughout the entire trilogy. Amid the chaos, Han receives a secret tip. Someone is manipulating Republic supply lines, diverting ships, causing unexplained shortages at bases, and using tactics only one man would dare use. Garm Bel Iblis. Bel Iblis, a founding leader of the Rebel Alliance, who disappeared years earlier, after a bitter argument with Mon Mothma. Han refuses to believe Bel Iblis became a traitor. He recruits Lando Calrissian, and together they follow the trail to New Cove, a world of forests, jungles, and enclosed industrial cities. There, they finally uncover the truth. Bel Iblis is alive. He commands a private fleet. He has been fighting the Empire on his own terms. He left the Republic because he believed Mon Mothma was becoming authoritarian. The attacks on supply lines were misinterpretations of his private war. Bel Iblis is not the enemy. He is exactly what the Republic needs. But before Han and Lando can bring him back, Thrawn arrives. The Grand Admiral moves with precision. Gunships tear through the treetops. Stormtroopers descend from dropships. A TST unit stalk through industrial canyons. Thrawn's forces lock down escape routes. In minutes, Han, Lando, and Bel Iblis have no choice but to fight their way out. They dodge patrols, evade thermal scans, and blast through blockades as they escape into orbit. Bel Iblis finally agrees to join the war again. Not for Mon Mothma, but because Thrawn's actions prove the galaxy needs every capable leader. While New Cove is under attack, Thrawn shifts his focus to Karrde. He now knows. Karrde's organization accidentally discovered the Katana Fleet. His people remember the general region. Karrde may be the key to locating the Dark Force. Thrawn launches a multi-system operation. He attacks Karrde's hidden base, captures Aves, Karrde's trusted lieutenant, questions and pressures other members of his network, blocks Karrde's supply routes, forces Karrde into constant retreat, places Imperial assets inside smuggler contacts, begins tracking every ship Karrde uses. Thrawn's endgame is simple. Take the fleet before the Republic realizes it's real. Karrde must flee, and he realizes the only person who might save him is the one man he once imprisoned, Luke Skywalker. Luke travels to help Karrde's people, but he is ambushed by Noghri. He escapes, but his ship is damaged. He lands on a forested world, the same world Mara Jade crash-landed on while fleeing Imperial pursuit. Their reunion is cold, tense, hostile. Mara still carries the Emperor's last command: "You will kill Luke Skywalker." But survival demands cooperation. Together they evade Imperial stormtrooper search teams, escape Noghri hunters, hide from probe droids, navigate dangerous wildlife and terrain, confront each other's past and prejudices, face the Emperor's shadow head-on. Mara admits everything: her history, her hatred, her conditioning. Luke listens, patient, calm, understanding. Their fragile alliance becomes one of the greatest turning points in the entire expanded universe. Realizing the stakes, Karrde decides to stop running. He reaches out to the New Republic, bringing evidence that Akbar was framed and exposing how Imperial intelligence has been spying on the Senate through Delta Source. This is huge. Akbar is released. Failure's influence stalls, and Karrde earns the Republic's trust. More importantly, Karrde reveals everything he knows about the Katana Fleet. The Republic finally sees the truth. The Dark Force exists. Thrawn is already close to it. They are now in a race with the Empire, and losing. Thanks to the Karrde's intelligence, Bel Iblis military insight, New Republic analysts, Luke and Mara's survival, Thrawn's patterns, the coordinates of the Katana Fleet are finally pieced together. All forces converge: Luke, Mara, Han and Lando, Garm Bel Iblis, Talon Karrde, New Republic strike teams. But so does Thrawn. The climax begins. The fleet emerges from hyperspace. 200 dreadnaughts, dark, silent, drifting in space like metal ghosts. The battle ignites instantly. New Republic soldiers board the cruisers. Imperial stormtroopers fight through dark corridors. Bel Iblis's fleet takes position. Luke and Mara infiltrate command decks. Karrde's people disable systems. Sabotage teams cripple key ships. Thrawn's forces begin capturing dreadnought after dreadnought. Entire ships are blown apart. Some drift into collisions. Plasteel bulkheads echo with blaster fire. Crews fight room to room, deck by deck. Thrawn watches from his command chair with cold precision. He anticipated every angle, every move, every delay, and in the end, he wins. The Empire captures the majority of the Katana Fleet. The Republic secures only a fraction. It is the most devastating shift in the war. By the end of Dark Force Rising, Thrawn now commands a massive fleet. Leia earns the trust of the Noghri matriarch. The Noghri begin to quietly shift loyalties. Mara Jade begins breaking from the Emperor's influence. Talon Karrde becomes a crucial ally of the New Republic. Garm Bel Iblis returns to the war. Thrawn prepares his next phase. The galaxy is no longer stable. It is no longer secure. The final battle approaches. And in Book 3, The Last Command, everything explodes. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to explore more legend stories, subscribe and join me in the next chapter.